In the original Gonzo's Quest online slot game, players met the fun-loving and eccentric Spanish explorer and got to join him on his quest for the lost city of El Dorado. Gonzo is back, and this time, software provider NetEnt has teamed up with Red Tiger Gaming to bring players the exciting new Gonzo's Quest Megaways. And in pure Gonzo style, the game offers everything players are used to from the original game, changing things up a bit with some new features. In this review, we'll find out what this explorer has up his sleeves and where online slots players in Mexico can play Gonzo's Quest Megaways. In Gonzo's Quest Megaways, the adventure is still assured, but now the screen gives out more prizes with several features that make it easier for prizes to multiply, such as avalanches, unbreakable wilds, and earthquakes. In this slot machine, you will count on 6 different reels, with 2 to 7 symbols on each one. It is very important for you to know that the ways to win vary on each spin from 64 to 117,649 ways to win. In Megaways online slot machine, some kind of cascading mechanics is usually used, which leads to some sweet sounds of the jungle and the playful antics of Gonzo himself on the different reels, which will help you keep the anticipation at its highest splendor. This great slot machine will be quite affordable for all types of players, as the betting range is between 10 cents and €4/4 per spin. It also has an RTP of 96% and a high enough volatility that, with its potential of more than 20,000 times the bet, makes this incredible online slot machine the best center of entertainment and fun. The theme of this slot is inspired by the American conquest, so the chips and music have tribal effects from that era. The tiles look like ancient stone, like the ruins of a great pyramid, and have faces drawn in the artistic style used by the Aztecs and other tribes of present-day Mexico. As for the interface, it features 2 stone pillars, a clear sky and lots of foliage. Gonzo, the main character, is a conquistador searching for El Dorado, the mythical city full of riches that is said to have existed in America. One of the game's most interesting effects is that, occasionally, a rain of coins falls that Gonzo comes close to collect, so you can interact with the character while you play. Although we found the design to be a bit visually heavy, it helps identify with the conquistador lost in the jungle in search of treasure. The graphics are excellent compared to Gonzo's Quest, the first game in the franchise. Meanwhile, the sound effects accompany the game very well, although, once again, the music can get repetitive. The layout of Gonzo's Quest Megaway ranges from 6x2 to 6x7, depending on how the game is configured. You have 6 reels and up to 7 paylines that form more than 100,000 combinations. You can win free spins as you play. Gonzo's Quest Megaway is a cumulative slot, so if you get several winning combinations in one spin, the win will be multiplied. You can get wild symbols that will not break. Although it is not the slot with the most possible combinations in the market, the combinations allowed will keep you entertained for a long time. To play, you can spin the chips by clicking on the spin symbol on the right side of the screen or by using the space key on your computer. Although the functions are not unique, in Gonzo's Quest you can notice the intention and commitment of the developers to keep the story congruent. Thus, all of the elements of the game, from the names of the combinations to the special effects, seek to give an air of lost civilization. In addition, you can see Gonzo on the side, trying to advance in his quest with your help. Particularly, we have not found it to be the best game in terms of variety, but we have found it to be entertaining and with many possible ways to win. In addition, the graphics are well done and it is worth trying this game at your favorite online casino. If you have ever played Gonzo's Quest, then you will be satisfied because you will notice that it is the same game but with many improvements. The Avalanche and Avalanche Multiplier features are still available in Gonzo's Quest Megaways. For players who are unfamiliar with this, the Avalanche feature means that, with each winning combination, these symbols will drop down to make room for new symbols to fall in their place. for possible even bigger winning combinations. The Avalanche multiplier will come into play immediately, multiplying wins by 1x, 2x and 3x up to a maximum of 5x, until there are no more new winning combinations. Another symbol, and feature, that players are used to is the question mark, which is the wild of the game. However, this time it is known as the unbreakable wild and, as its name suggests, it will not disappear after substituting for a win, but will remain in place to help with even more possible wins. And is the free spins feature still available? Yes, it sure is. When 3 or more golden free fall symbols land, players will receive 9 free spins, with 3 additional spins for each extra free fall symbol that lands during the feature. During free spins, the Avalanche multiplier will also be active, as well as increased multipliers of 3x, 6x, 9x and 15x. Something new in Gonzo's Quest Megaways is the Earthquake feature, shaking the entire game when it randomly lands, getting rid of all low-paying symbols in sight and replacing them with high-paying symbols. Gonzo's Quest Megaways takes advantage of the success of Gonzo's Quest to offer the player even more winning combinations with its Megaways, but without giving up the gameplay of O Classic, in which its protagonist interacts all the time with what happens on screen and with the player himself who guides his destiny. The functions included in the game, among which Avalanche and Earthquake stand out, add up and improve the final result of one of the most amusing slots in the market.